It's so exciting when companies come out with new makeup, especially for 2025. The launches have been pretty intense and regular, but you get new formulation, you get new packaging, you get new marketing, and a lot of hype around these products when they come out. But what about when it's been a few years and those hyped makeup products are sitting in your makeup bag and you haven't used them? So in today's video, I wanted to use some of my makeup that I haven't used in quite a while. Revisit some old favorites if those formulas still stand up. Do I still like them today? And are some of these products pretty old? Yes, maybe some of them are expired and I shouldn't be putting them on my face, but it's all for science. Let's get into today's video. Now, this is definitely more of a summer product for me. It is MAC Studio Fix Matte Fine 12 Hour Shine Control. I would say what I really like about this primer is that it's not too matte. It's definitely a lived-in matte for your skin. It's incredibly comfortable. It doesn't feel dry when you're putting it on your face. It really helps the makeup stick to your face, which is why I usually use it in the summer. And I have a video that I did last year about summer proofing my makeup for the heat. So that will be in the description box below if you want to check it out. Like, that's already sunk in. It feels very silky and hydrating. I have had to stop using some of my MAC makeup products, especially for the complexion, just because I haven't been using them for probably 2 weeks now and I am not getting as many pimples, which is upsetting because MAC does great undertones, which is maybe a little silly to segue into this next product, but I am using the Strobe Dewy foundation skin tint. They came out with this a couple years ago. It's supposed to be a very hydrating skin tint. It's a little Tin Man. I will say that. That's why I never went back to get one of these. I thought this would just be a great product to maybe use up and see how it compares to some of my other glowy products that I have purchased. And these don't have to be an exact, oh yeah, see, look at that. Oh my God, highlighter on the chin. That's crazy. So this one has more of a peachy base, and then I have the one which is more of a yellow. I am probably putting on way too much. And I am gonna go in with my hands because that's usually how I apply my makeup. I feel like MAC is also coming out with some strobe blushes. I think those would be really interesting. What do you think? Is that pretty or is it still Tin Man? I will say, because I put on that matte primer, this isn't as Tin Man as it used to be, and I feel like the primer filled in my pores really nicely, so it's not drawing any emphasis towards that texture on my face. Damn it, I'm actually kind of liking this. In my past video, I was talking about they have like a dewy gel. A lot of companies have come out with products that illuminate the skin. Either you can wear it by itself or under foundation. Should we be bad and just add a little more? Just to cancel out. It's a lot peachier than my neck. I have been having a really hard time finding a foundation that I really feel like matches my skin properly. I did get the Sephora skin tint. That is gorgeous. I love that. But something that's a little more coverage. And I went into Sephora to look at maybe some just different shade range, different brands, and unfortunately the sales associate just wasn't really able to point me towards a brand that does pale foundations really well, because my skin, my face is a little darker than my neck, so it's hard to figure out, okay, what do I want to match? Do I want to look more pale in my face and also potentially have a foundation that makes me look a little gray? I find if you go too light, it does something with the undertone of your skin and it just doesn't work. Or do I just rock the two-tone skin? What do we do? Anyway, so if you have any foundations that you really like, please put them in the comments. I'm wanting to try something new for the year. I hope some brands come out with some different stuff. I know Milk Makeup has come out with the skin tint. Makeup Forever has come out with a new skin tint. So we're definitely in a skin tint phase. Maybe I just need to not mess with perfection and stick to my Sephora one, because it's not been breaking me out, so that's been good. Okay, enough chatting. I'm just gonna go in with my Tower 28 concealers because these are the only ones I have and I use them every day. So are these old product? No, but they're fabulous, and I'm just gonna spot conceal around the pimples and the dark circles under my eyes. I'll be right back. Now, unfortunately, this next product has been discontinued, but this was one of the only eyebrow pens that worked for my eyebrows, and that is the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tint. I feel like this was before its time. This has a little like spoolie thing where you get this really powdery product to help fill in the eyebrows. And then on the other side, you have that pen that was really popular. Glossier definitely brought around the eyebrow pens. And you got this really light strokes, and it has like the alcohol in it, so it really dries down onto your face. Now, my eyebrows, I find I don't need to draw them in too much. So I find that the brow pen just makes them look a little ridiculous because they're not thin enough where I need to like build it up with eyebrow hair strokes. But to add just a few in these like sparse areas, or maybe a little bit in the tail, this one's a little shorter. And then to just like stamp in some powder really gave me some beautiful eyebrows. And they have discontinued this, so I don't know, have a little moment for, like, I just find because I already have hair there, it just doesn't want to lie down. Oh, maybe we're getting there. Trying to get them even. And then see, watch this magic. It fills them in like 2 seconds. See the difference there? Oh, it's just nice. And I will just put a little bit of brow gel in there. I guess that's the one, not the best thing about that product, is that you don't have anything to like set your brows. If they came out with this with like the powder on one side and then a gel on the other, ooh, listen, I really need to get my eyebrows done. Ooh! I find when they're wild like this, I don't know how to shape them with my makeup. They just look nuts. I'm also in the market for a new eyebrow gel potentially, so if you know of any that you like, please let me know. Now, I would say a few years ago, I was a blush novice. I had one blush and it was from MAC, the MAC Glow Play in Blush Please. And then I started following a creator named Alana Davison, and she opened up my world to nude sticks. If you haven't used nude sticks before, they are a Canadian company. A lot of their products are made in Korea, which is cool. They have like the best technology for makeup, it seems. And they do these little sticks where one side is a brush, the next side is a cream product. They were definitely before everyone else with using like that clean girl aesthetic makeup. And let me tell you, did I fall in love with their blushes? This one is in Sweet Cheeks. It's this beautiful, warm, really dewy, glowy pink. So we are going to be using this today because she hasn't had love in a very long time, but you can see how long I've had it. Listen, these were $10 cheaper and you got less product, so I can actually go through the stick. That'd be fantastic. Creams just, they last and they're really hard to use up. Another one of their products that I'm going to be using is Sunkissed. This is a bronzer, but it's one of the most beautiful blushes as well because it has that red tone. This was created to mimic like a sunburn or like just a hint of a sunburn. When you've been outside all day, you have a bit of redness because you're hot, but then you just have that glow from the sun. So we're gonna use a bit of, I haven't used a bronzer in a very long time because it has been winter. And I don't put bronzer on my skin when it's winter usually. I like to put it here, temples, and then just like a little dot here, a little dot there. Attractive. And just a little update on the strobe tint. My skin is starting to look a little makeup-y, which I don't usually get from those concealers. So that is something to note. These can be a little bit of a stiff product to work with, but they're really great blending it out with your fingers, going in with your brush. Don't be too delicate. We all do our makeup differently. And then Sweet Cheeks. This is also a really beautiful color for spring and summer. Kind of gives you that petal softness, like when the cherry blossoms start blooming. Where I live, there are some that are already like, they're starting to bud. We have some cherry blossoms in our front garden, front area. And I always like to go on the bridge of my nose. You do you. Now, the Tin Man aesthetic needs to be toned down a bit. And I actually found this like in the back where I keep my makeup. This is the Rare Beauty setting powder in the shade Light. It is a pinky shade. In the summer, I really don't like using those types of powders. I think they become very evident like on my face because I'm a little more tan from being out in the sun just naturally. I do love this cap though. Like, it's great for not making a mess, you know? And I've liked Rare Beauty, and then I kind of stepped away from it. I think I said I wasn't gonna feature them on my channel anymore. They've had some interesting press, I would say sometimes, which made me want to stay away from it. But I just find you gotta do what's best for you, and just because everyone on the internet is feeling a certain way towards a brand or a person doesn't mean that you should like jump on the hate wagon. I don't know, is that weird to say? It's just that everything has been so scrutinized, especially in the makeup industry, where it's almost like, and at the end of the day, these are products. Support the brands you want to support, but we don't need to be such haters on everything. Rant of the day, done. Now, if you were around when Tati Westbrook launched Tati Beauty, you will recognize this little puff. This one is a heart, and then she had a larger one, which I think I got rid of. I think that one was kind of gross. It got gross, sorry. But I do love this one for travel, like putting in your makeup bag. It's great for hugging like underneath the eye here, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to set. You know, this powder does blur quite nicely, and I think why I reached for it was because it was $35 or like $32 at the time. It's probably closer to 40 now because of how everything's gone up, but a lot of other loose setting powders are $50, $60, right? And these last a lifetime, but it's also made in Italy. I don't know if it's talc free. Seems like we're getting a lot of information about talc, but usually when it's made in Italy, there's a bit more of a process for testing it. So do your own research about it. Don't be too scared. I'm just gonna add a little more sweet cheeks because it's so cute. And I do find that Nudestix products work pretty good over powder. This will be out all spring. I really want to put a dent in it, but I forgot how pretty it is. It's glowy. It's a beautiful shade. Let's move on. This product, I have a love-hate relationship. This is the Essence Lash Princess. This is in black brown. When I first tried it, I was like, this does nothing, like absolutely nothing for my eyelashes. But sometimes formulas need to age a bit. They need a little bit of aeration, like a bottle of wine. And now I find with this product, it's very like a romantic eyelash. It's very light. It's a everyday type of mascara, but it makes your eyelashes pop without it being like, oh, she's wearing mascara. You'll see. Oh, wow. Especially if you just put on a small amount, make sure the ends are coated. It almost gives that lash idol. It's fluttery eyelashes. It's those like feather romantic eyelashes, I find. What do you think? And you know, I'm pretty sure this is $5.99. Like, can't go wrong. Well, actually you can. The one time I tried an e.l.f. mascara and it made it look like I had 2 eyelashes. I don't know. That went wrong. Listen, besides the strobe tint, I am noticing some texture. I'll get nice and close for you on my cheeks, which I don't usually have. Oh wow, there's a lot of shine on my nose too. But from afar, it looks quite good. Highlight has been something that I don't use as much anymore. I have my Fenty one that I really like. This one has no color to it, so it's just a gloss that you put on your face. This is from Tower 28 in the shade Super Dew. Oh, the product is called Super Dew and the shade is called No Shade. Cute. And tap and generously apply to the high points of the face. I also really like to put this on the brow bone, but this is something I think I bought maybe 2 years ago. Holy moly, that's like a glass reflection. I do find myself gravitating towards more of a dewy blush to get this look, but I don't find it sticky on the skin. It doesn't move my makeup around, but you're gonna be glistening, you're gonna be glowy. I do like the packaging. It fits so nicely in my makeup bag. It takes up like no room, you know, compared to a product like that. Okay, we're getting towards the end. I always end with lips. Always end with lips. But this product came out quite a while ago, and this is the Rare Beauty Kind Words matte lip thing. What are you? Lip liner. Thank you. Jesus. I don't usually like a plastic lip liner one. I just find why use the plastic, you know? Got enough plastic in the world. And it's very creamy. Sometimes I do prefer more of a stiff formula so it stays on the lips nicely. But this one actually isn't too bad for wear. This is in the shade Talented. And if you've seen any of my like K-pop inspired shorts, I will try to put some in the description below. They usually use a lip liner that's really close to the shade of their lips or skin. And a lot of my lip liners are more like red, purpley, or brown. So this one is a nice mix between being able to match the mauviness of my lip while blending in with my skin tone. Let me show you. See how I didn't do that the best, but see how that just bridges my lip shade and my skin tone really beautifully, so overlining it doesn't look so obvious. So you could almost just wear this with a lip gloss and you're good to go. Your lips look lined. Put a nice little lip tint in there so you have that color. And because I was trying to do those videos, that's how I kind of started using this lip liner again, and I gotta say, very happy that I'm using it again. I usually gravitate towards a MAC lipstick. The smell is nostalgic. Color payoff is always beautiful. And they usually have like a great array of colors for whatever skin tone you are. If you're looking for a nude or a pink, which is like this one. I bought this a few years ago because I wanted a really beautiful spring color for my lips. And this is in the shade A Little Tamed. Now this formula, it almost gives like a stain to the lips. It stays on beautifully, but I hate this applicator. Look how much product is on the bulk of that. And I don't have the thinnest lips, but I can't use it, I think, how it's supposed to be used. Like, look at the amount of product that's on the tip there. I find that's why I don't gravitate towards this, because of the amount that you kind of have to finesse it. I don't know if you can see that, but look how much is in. Do the classic. Like how much is in the applicator there? I don't know, it just pissed me off. But I would say that this type of product has also become very popular in K-beauty. It's that tint, but it's matte and it's moussey and it's very petal-like. Like, that is a beautiful color though. Oh. So what I will do, spread it out with my finger. That's also been a downside with this formula. If I'm out and about, I don't want to be reapplying my lipstick and having to touch my lips. We should have all gotten over that with what has happened with COVID. Listen, I feel cute. This is also like a really beautiful, comfortable formula. It's not overly matte, very lovely. I was gonna maybe use a gloss, but I feel like this blurred, soft wash of color is just perfect, and I don't want to add more to it. I want it to stand out in its matte glory, especially because the skin is so wet. Holy man, it's too much. But that blush, I'm definitely gonna be reusing this spring. I can smell it in the air. The trees are starting to bud. We are so close to spring. I'm very excited. I do think these are just a no-go for me. They seem to not agree with my skin or how I want my makeup to look. And I think what I discovered from this video is that I really love pink. It's a great color, and with spring, summer coming up. But it goes to show that sometimes you have really nice makeup products still in your makeup bag. Do a little deep dive, see what you have. I know not everyone has multiple lipsticks, multiple blushes, but maybe this will inspire you to look at some older products if you're looking to purchase something, because hey, guess what? These are probably in stock. All those new viral launches, you've got to wait to buy them sometimes. And that's something that makes me frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I just want it now. Thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. I upload every week a new take on makeup. I just like to chat about makeup, and if you do too, please subscribe, like this video, comment, whatever you feel like doing. But thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.